Hello guys, welcome to another Google Looker Studio tutorial. In this tutorial I'm gonna show you how to create nice dashboard in Google Looker Studio. Basically we will be creating dashboard like the one you see here. So basically you will be able to see how to create it from scratch. But before we start creating our dashboard, let's first investigate our data set. Basically I have my data stored here in Google Sheets. As you can see, here is my data set. As you can see, this data set is related to orders. Basically we have order ID, date, cost, price and so on. Also we have some interesting metrics related to sales and profit. Of course we will be using that for our analysis. Also what is important to mention is this channel. Basically it's sales channel. Also we have some promotions, product that we sold, manufacturer, also product subcategory, category, and then this data related to region, city and country. Now we can go back to Google Looker Studio and start working. Now we are able to see this Looker Studio homepage. Basically we have different options here. For example, we have some recent dashboards. We are currently in this page here. As you can see, we have option to create blank report, to use some already created reports. And also below we are able to see dashboards that we created. Currently we are in this reports tab. If I click on data sources, we will be able to see our data sources, but currently I don't have any here. Also we have this explorer page. For now we don't have anything there. So let's go back to reports. And also what is important to mention is that we have this shared with me, owned by me, and we have dashboards that we deleted. So basically if we delete dashboard, it will be stored here. So now let's go back to home page. Let's click on recent. And now I would like to create new dashboard. Basically I have two options to do that. First is to create dashboard by clicking on this button. And second one is by clicking on this button here. It's all the same, so basically let's click on this one here. And now I need to choose if I would like to create report, data source or this explorer option. Basically I would like to create a report, so let's click on report. And now we need to provide data source. Basically as I mentioned, I have my data source in Google Sheets here. So I will be using Google Sheets as a data source. You have of course different options. You can upload file from your computer. You have some data warehouses, for example BigQuery and for example Google Analytics, but this time let's use Google Sheets. So let's click on this and now we need to choose spreadsheet that we would like to import. As you can see, this spreadsheet is called sales, so let's choose sales here. And now we need to provide worksheet name. As you can see, we have only one worksheet in this data set, so we will choose this data worksheet, data, and I will be using first row as headers. As you can see, first row is actually header in our table, so let's use that option. And also I will include hidden and filter cells. Basically we don't have any, but let's leave this option checked. Let's click on add. Now let's click add to report. And if we check this data section here, we will be able to see that we successfully imported our data. We have some fields here, as you can see. Basically each of these fields represents one of our columns from our data set. So now we will be able to use that fields to create our dashboard. First, I would like to delete this table that Google Looker Studio created for us. I don't need that, so let's click on delete and I will be removing that. Now I'm gonna go to this theme and layout option. Let's click on that and I would like this time to choose some default option. Let's choose for example this constellation. If I click on that, I will be able to see that my background is now black and now I will be able to use those colors that this theme provided me. Also I could customize this theme if I need to, but this time I will leave it as it is. Now that we completed that, it's time to start working on our dashboard. First, let's insert title for this dashboard. To do that, I'm gonna insert text box, as you can see here. I will just place it here, and I will need to change font first. Let's choose this one, and I will need also to change font size. Let's, for example, choose this option. Now I can start typing. This dashboard will be called data analytics dashboard. So let's resize this and let's place this here. Also, I will need to change the size of this dashboard. So basically now I'm going to show you how you can do that. Let's go to this page option, current page settings. Let's click on this style option, and now we are able to provide measures for our page. So for width, let's put 2000, and for height, let's put, for example, this number here. And now we will be using these dimensions. Next, let me add shape to my dashboard. I'm gonna place it right here below. Let me resize this. Maybe just to put it like this. And I'm gonna add new text box. I'm gonna place it here. This will be, for example, let's put 28. And this I can leave as it is. And now let's type overview. Overview, and let's change color of this. Let's try with something like this. Okay, perfect. Let me resize this. Okay, excellent. Now I'm gonna make this bold. Let's click on this option here. And this looks much better. Now it's time to insert charts in this dashboard. So to do that, let's go to this add a chart option. And first we will be inserting those scorecards. Let's click on this and let's place it here. Now as you can see, we have some random number here, but we will change that and we will choose some other metrics. First, I would like to see total sales, for example. So let's find sales value, place it in this metric box here, and now we are able to see this sales. But as you can see, this number is too big for this box, so let's go to this style option. Let's click on these compact numbers. If I do that, I will be able to see this number better. Also, I'm gonna need to align this text. Let's click on that option, and now it's much better. Also, I would like to change this font size. Let's put it to be like this. And also let's change this. For example, let's use something simple. For example, this one. I'm gonna also need to resize this. And this looks nice to me. Basically, now that I have this scorecard, I will need 8 more. So basically, I'm gonna just copy this one. Okay, perfect, that's it. Now I need to add some different values for each of them. So first is sales. Next one will be profit. Let's use profit column. Place it here. And now we will be able to see our profit. Okay, after we completed that, we have another scorecard. For this one, we will be using cost of sales. Okay, perfect. Now let's place them properly. Let's put it like this, for example. Of course, later we can modify something if we need to, but for now it will be something like this. Let's put like that. Okay, this looks much better. Now let's change values for rest of these cards. For this one, we will be analyzing product categories, subcategories, and basically different products that we have. So let's first use product subcategory. If you place this value here, you will be able to see that we are now using this count distinct option. So basically we are counting different product subcategories. For this one, we will not be using these compact numbers. Let's see why. If I click on style, if I turn off this option compact numbers, let's see what will happen. You will be able to see that we will not have that decimal place after that. So now it's better. Also, instead of this sales here, we will be using product category. Let's place it here. And for this one, let's use just product name. This way we will be able to see number of different products that we have. Okay, perfect. Now let's also turn off this compact number option. Let's click on this and let's click on this here. Excellent. Next, I would like to rename those cards. So let's click on setup. Let's click on this, and for new name I'm gonna put, for example, something like this. Subcategory. For this one it will be category. Okay, perfect. And for this one, let's put just, for example, products. Products, perfect. Okay, we have 3 more to complete. For this one, it will be number of regions. So let's find the region here. Number of regions. For this one, let's use, for example, number of countries. And for this one, number of cities. Now let's also turn off that option that we have, compact numbers, for this one, also for this one, and for this one. Now that we completed scorecards, let's insert title for each of these. So to do that, let's click on this text box here, and let's insert title here. Before we start typing, let's first change this font size. It will be 24, and for this one, let's find some interesting, let's use this one. Okay, excellent. Now for this one we can type total sales analysis. So this will be our title, and now we will add one more box below. Let's copy this one. This second box will be just for explanation. So let's make it smaller. Let's put it to be like, for example, 16. And now we are analyzing total sales. Total profit. For this first one, let's make this bold, just to stand out a bit, and this is perfect. Now we need to do the same for those 2 sections. So let's copy that. I'm gonna place it here, and also one more time. For this one it will be product analysis. Product analysis, and in this explanation box we will put now let's change for this one. Okay, let's put something like this. Now we have title and explanation for each of these sections, so we are ready to start inserting line charts below them. To do that, let's click on this Add a Chart option. Let's choose this time series chart. Let's place it here. And now we will be able to see some values. Let me resize this. Basically, we are able to see total sales for each day. But as you can see, this chart is not clear at all, so we will change that. For this first one, let's put for data type, click on date time, and now let's use, for example, day of week. If we do that, we will be able to see sales for each weekday. What I would also like to see is profit, not just sales. So let's insert profit. And now we are able to see sales and profit for each of these days. Let's place it just a little bit above. Okay, perfect. And now I'm gonna need to modify this chart. I'm gonna click on that chart here. Let's click on style and let's start modifying. First, I would like for this line above, for sales, I would like for that to be, let's try green. And I'm gonna make this line thicker. Let's put 3 for example. That's great. Now let's change this line below. This is line 2. So let's leave this as it is. And for this, let's put, for example, let's try with blue. Okay, this is nice. Now that we completed that, let's go back to style. Let's see what else we can change. I would like to change that background. For this background, let's put transparent. And for this border color, let's also put the same. This way we will be able to see this chart without background. So let's place it like this. Perfect. And now I'm gonna also remove those grid lines. I think it will be better without it. So let's remove that. For this grid color, let's put transparent. Okay, perfect. Now this looks much better, and let's copy this chart 2 times basically. And now I'm gonna just need to change values that we will be presenting. Basically we will leave this sales and profit, and we will just change this weekday option. Instead of that, I'm gonna choose, let's choose month this time. Okay, great. And now we are able to see sales and profit for each of these months. So as you can see, we are not able to see this December, so let's resize this a bit. Okay, perfect. For the last one, we will also leave sales and profit, and we will just change this option here. Instead of day of week, let's choose this option. Okay, perfect. Now we are able to see this trend analysis. And next, I would like to add one more section below. So I'm gonna split that by using this line here. Let's place it like this. I'm gonna just resize this, and I'm gonna change color for this line. Let's put blue, for example. Okay, let's just try to make this bigger. Okay, that's great. Now we are able to insert one more section below. So on this left side, I'm gonna put one table. To do that, let's go to this add a chart option and let's find table. But actually, let's use this table with bars. It's an interesting option, so let's use that. Let me resize this. And now we are able to see some random values in this table, but now we are going to be changing that. First, I'm going to use channel. I'm going to place it in dimension. Next one will be region. Country. Then city. And instead of sales in this metric box, I'm gonna put profit. This way we will be able to see profit for channel, also region, country and city. For this city in China, which is located in Asia, we are able to see only for online here. We are also able to see for in-store option and so on. So now that we successfully inserted those values, let's now modify this table. I'm gonna resize this. And let's click on this style option. I'm gonna first uncheck this option row number. Also, let's uncheck this show pagination. You will be able to see that we will no longer have these numbers here. So let's remove that. Let's scroll down a bit. And for this bar option, I'm gonna choose different color. Let's put green. And let's click on this show number option. Basically, that way we will be able to see number and bar corresponding to that number. Let me just resize this. I would also like to change one more thing related to this table. Let's click on style and let's find this cell border color. If I choose, for example, blue, you will be able to see this blue line below each row. So this looks nice to me. Now we also need to add title and explanation for this table. So let's copy this. I'm gonna place it here. So let's resize this one more time. Okay, that's perfect. Now this one will be profit breakdown. And explanation will be channel, because we are first analyzing by channel, region, country and city. Okay, great. This part is also completed. We only have one more section to complete here. In that place we'll put 3 donut charts. So let's insert them. Let's click on add a chart, donut chart, place it here. And now let's modify this chart a bit. First, let's see what values we would like to see. Let me see promotion name. Let's put that instead of channel. This way we'll be able to see profit for each of these promotions. Let's put unit cost instead of profit. And now we are able to see unit cost for each of these promotions. Also, I would like to remove this legend here. Let's click on style. First, let's use this single color option. Let's use this blue color. And if I scroll down, if I click on this here, we will be able to remove this legend. This way we will be able to see this bigger donut chart, but I don't need that to be that big. So let's resize this. And also, after that, I'm gonna remove this background. Now let's click one more time. Go to style. Let's find background and border. Let's put transparent, and also for this one. Okay, that's perfect. Now let's copy this one. And copy one more time. Okay, this is great. Now I'm gonna just need to put them like this. Okay, great. Let's first change color for this chart here. Let's click on style, and instead of this blue, let's use green. That's better. Now let's see what values we are presenting here. Promotion name and unit cost. This time we will be using, let's use this time channel for example. And for this one, let's use this manufacturer for example. This way we will be able to analyze, for example, total unit cost for each of these manufacturers. And now we also have this final section completed. We just need to add title to these charts. Let's copy this. I'm gonna place it here next to those charts. This will be called unit cost analysis. Perfect. And this one will be promotion type. Then next one is channel. And manufacturer. Perfect. This looks nice to me. I would like also to include one more thing. I would like to add filter to this dashboard, so that will allow us to filter these values. Add a control, drop down list. I'm gonna place it somewhere here. Let's just put it like that, and we are able to see that we are now able to filter by date, but I would like to change that. First, let's, instead of order date, put this manufacturer option. For example, this could be interesting. And if I click on this, I will be able to see each of these manufacturers. If I click on this one, for example, we are able to see data only for that manufacturer. Basically, I just excluded this manufacturer, but if I click only, for example, I will be able to filter only by this manufacturer. Okay, perfect. Now let's also add explanation box next to this filter. Let's paste this, and I'm gonna place it here. This time I'll align it like this. And instead of this text, let's put something like this, so users can understand what this option represents. Also, I would like to turn off those numbers, I don't need that. So let's go to this metric box, let's click on this button and we will be able to remove those numbers, as you can see here. Now with this part completed, we successfully created our dashboard. With this, I'm gonna conclude this tutorial. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.